Got some pro football news. Of course, the Saints and the Rams and the Chiefs and the Pats playing for the title this Sunday, the conference titles. I'm Marky, Billson, Tri-City Sports Now. You get the feeling that the Chiefs and the Rams are the teams of the future, and the Saints and the Patriots, the window of opportunity may be closing. I think that's a very safe thing to say. I mean, how much longer can the Patriots go to an AFC title game every year? They've done it 8 years in a row, which is, I mean, consider a college football team that would go to the college football playoff 8 years in a row. And I wonder about that, because I do think that, college football playoffs, you say, well, you got 130 teams competing, whereas in the NFL, you got 32 competing. Well, do you? Because let's face it, the Power Five, that's who's making a college football playoff. I mean, the things that would have to happen, and it hasn't happened yet for UCF or, say, Houston before that, they were talked about as possibly making the college football playoff out of the American. I mean, they just haven't happened yet. So let's just say, and here we go, let's think about, we can't just remember how many teams there are in a college football conference by the number of the conference now, isn't it? It's just a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? But you've got 14 Big Ten teams. Be wary of an accountant from one of those schools. 14 ACC schools. You've got 10 Big 12 schools. Okay, that's 38 right there. You've got Notre Dame, that's 39. You've got the Pac-12, so that is, what is that? That's 51. And then you've got the SEC, and that's 65. So let's say there are 65 teams that are competing for those 4 college football playoff berths. But wait! It's one thing for the New England Patriots to beat even the brave old Army team, on to the fray. Best fight song, in my opinion. Sorry, Tennessee fans. No, I like the. I remember seeing the Cadets and a tape of them in the famous 0-0 tie against Notre Dame in 1946, singing the Army, onward to victory, 'cause that's the fearless Army way. And it was right after World War II, and you had the Cadets there, and it sent chills up my spine hearing the Cadets sing that song. And perhaps Rocky Top brings a tear to your eye or so. Well, Well, the first year, in large part, yeah, they were ahead of the curve in integration. And so they were able to, do these things. So the Browns go to 10 straight AAFC or NFL championship games. And when you consider the amount of teams that were in pro football at the time, they were basically beating out as many teams as you have to beat out to go to a conference title. That's more consistency. Okay, we'll give you that. There's a reason why Otto Graham was on the 75th all-time anniversary NFL team. But is the Patriots' accomplishment even greater than that? I think that's the comparison to hold the modern day Patriots making 8 straight conference title games too. But I'm not convinced. I can make the argument with the Browns' longevity, 10 versus 8. But Schiano, what if he would evolve as the defensive coordinator once the Pats defensive coordinator goes down to Miami to be their head coach, as it appears that he will?